I'm Byron Day with another COVID-19 segment with Fox 10 News investigative reporter Brendan Kirby. And Brendan is here to share with us about the economic recovery from the pandemic. However, two studies suggesting it's not going to happen anytime soon. Brendan, tell us about the studies. The first one dealing with the toll on businesses due to the government mandated shutdowns.
Yeah, that's correct, Byron. The paper out this month is from the National Bureau of Economic Research. Researchers used data from the Census Bureau's current population survey and concluded that the nation lost 3.3 million small businesses during a 2-month period from February to April. That's a staggering 22%, the largest drop on record. Minority-owned businesses took an especially large hit, and let's take a look at some of these numbers. They estimate 41% of black-owned small businesses were wiped out, 32% of Hispanic-owned businesses, 26% of Asian-owned businesses, 36% of immigrant-owned businesses, and 25% of female-owned businesses. Byron, when that many businesses fail, it means fewer opportunities for laid-off employees to return to work. Now, new businesses will take their place eventually, but it could take time.
And small business is the engine that drives America's economy. Well, Brendan, the next study is from Harvard, and it says high net worth people won't be the ones to lead us out of this slump. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, Byron, retail sales bounced back in May as businesses across the country began to reopen, but the spending was heavily weighted toward the bottom of the income scale. The Opportunity Insights team at Harvard made its calculations based on credit card data. Current consumer spending overall is off by almost 13% compared with January. The co-founder of the research team told National Public Radio that lower income households are spending almost what they were before the pandemic, but the wealthiest 25% are spending much less still. Those households account for about 2/3 of the total spending decline. Low-income households are the most likely to keep spending, and that's because they have less ability to save, and you see this pattern with the stimulus payments. Wealthier families, meanwhile, have the luxury of not spending every dollar they make, and they're most likely to spend money on discretionary expenses like going out to restaurants or entertainment venues that are closed. But if the rich don't start spending more, it could slow the overall recovery. Now, locally, the situation is mixed. Consumer spending statewide in Alabama is now just off by 2.2% since January, so this state is faring better than most. In Mobile County, it's actually up 17.8% from the January period, but in Baldwin County, it's off by 16.4%.
All right, Brendan Kirby, thanks very much. Brendan will be back on Fox 10 News at 5 to answer more of your questions about unemployment during this pandemic. And if you've got a question, email Brendan directly at brendan.kirby@fox10tv.com. He's going to try and get to every question he can.